I think it's definitely a unique approach to Fa'a Sāmoa, the Samoan identity. It was definitely an opportunity I took upon myself to sort of express myself as an alternative, sort of weird Samoan person.
My name is Jess Fu. 我叫傅冠兰, he uri tēnei no haina. I'm a DJ and music journalist. On this show, I'll be chatting to musicians who use their art to explore their cultural roots. This is Amplified. LEAO is the project of David Feauai-Afaese, a Samoan indie rock musician. I came across LEAO on student radio when they released their first EP, Ghost Roads, and they've been gigging and building a fan base from their electric live shows. Inspired by Samoan pop bands and DIY artists, no one else is making music quite like LEAO. It's not from the beginning. I started when I came back overseas and heard your songs playing on the radio. I was like, is this from today? Is this an artist from the 70s? I've never heard anything like that before. And I was completely blown away.
To think Pacifically is to think non-linearly. A whole millennia of Pacific music and history has informed what has become LEAO. From, Pacific Soul in the 90s, from, the Yandle Sisters in the 70s, to all the string bands, Pacific string bands in Samoa, Hawaii and Tonga, and, 50s, 40s and 30s, that whole genealogy of people link itself to LEAO.
I find that so inspiring. Even listening to your music, you sing it in your own language. I feel like for me growing up, I thought speaking Chinese was almost illegal. I remember being in kindergarten, whispering to my dad in Mandarin. What was that like for you to learn your language and be able to sing so confidently in it and to use that as part of LEAO?
When you're singing in your language, those experiences, come up through emotionally, just this massive wave of rejoice.
What was it like to start creating LEAO?
Not gonna lie, it was just cool. What that project was me just experimenting. It was really fun, creating indie pop music with Samoan tonalities, trying to figure out what Fa'a Sāmoa, what being Samoan means for me, connecting with other Samoans, or also other conversations about what it means to be Samoan.
Close your eyes. Breathe.
You ever watch that ASMR video of the turtle eating watermelons?
No. How would I try that? I love watermelons.
Thoughts on potato salads?
I love a potato salad. And you know what you can put in potato salad? Kimchi.
Oh.
And it's bomb. Or you do mashed potatoes and kimchi, and it's it's really good. As a Samoan artist, do you feel like there's any expectations of you?
Fa'a Sāmoa literally means to do in the way of Samoa. And with that sort of comes a whole set of ethics and values tied to reciprocity, alofa, love, and tautua, service. Being able to express those values, it's definitely part of the practice for LEAO, especially as a project of alofa. A practice, a project of self-love, but also love for identities that don't feel like they are connected to a community. Sometimes I feel like a lot of expectations asked of Pacific youth is sort of colonial. Just don't be flamboyant, don't be koklaikiki, which means, to be rebellious, which just perpetuates sort of a really rigid approach to living. Art, fashion, dialogue, and music being able to use those as vehicles to rebel, but also express oneself through joy. I think that's the thing that I love the most about art. I find that quite radical.
The way I see you, you're really adapting that for you and how you can express yourself.
Music is a form of transport, and when I'm writing these LEAO songs, when I'm performing these LEAO songs, they're transporting me to a space where I feel fully held in my culture, but also in myself, purely because it's fun.
Seeing the LEAO band play together is one of the most exciting things, and you really feel that energy come through, that everyone's having fun.
It's joyous, and it's silly, it's celebratory, it's humorous, it's imperfect. The mistakes that we make in our sets become like the highlights of the set, rather than if they made like a really bad, like that was like a really fun part of the show. What I've really appreciated from this LEAO project is that it made me aware that this dialogue is way bigger than myself. I really want, our Pacific peoples who have always been masters of artistic methodologies to really, take the reins on the crafts that they want to make. Just allowing each experience to be like a learning experience, but also like something that only you could have done. Like, I didn't want to create something perfect. I wanted to create something that was me.